Alright, welcome back to our unit on Illustrator Basics. To start, what I'd like everyone to do is to go onto the Crimson Art site, here we have it, and go to Computer Art B, and here we have a link to Illustrator Basics lynda.com. These are professional graphic designers and artists working in the field of Illustrator and all kinds of different kinds of software. They're super informational, and they're good videos. However, the lynda.com only allows us to view a certain amount of free video tutorials. That's why I'm here to continue on with our tutorials. So what I'd like you to do is look at this complete after videos Illustrator investigation assignment and just answer those questions based on the lynda.com videos. Then I'm going to take you through a series of tutorials kind of illustrating what Illustrator looks like. So here we go. I'm going to switch over to Illustrator. There's a couple other ones, by the way, here. Illustrator pen tool reference, that's interesting. We'll probably work through that one as well. And then also, we're probably going to just understand the pen tool and to work through that and to understand what layers can do and colors and vector lines and handles and anchor points and everything. We're going to work through and just trace out a character before you make your own. Okay, so let's switch over to Illustrator. Our first tutorial here is going to be on anchor points, handles, shapes, and strokes. Now, if you've watched those lynda.com tutorials, you'll probably learn about what these things are all about already. But let me just illustrate where you can find these and what they are again. So over here on our left, when we open up Illustrator, and when prompted, you're probably going to find a composition new document box like this, where it's going to ask you for some certain headings. New document profile. This is a print document. This is what it opens up. It looks like a piece of paper, and it's a print document. Now you can change the size if you want. Right now it's in points, but you can change it to inches, pixels, or that kind of thing, whatever you need to do. Or you can change it based on certain standard paper size. Okay. We will eventually get into video and film, which looks like a little differently. It looks like this, okay, but we're not going to use that now. We're going to use that later on. So we're just going to use a print document for our purposes today. Whenever you open up a new file in Illustrator, it's going to put a tab right up here. That's something new that Adobe has done in Photoshop and all their software programs. So right up here, if you don't like these tabs, if you want to drag it off so you have a different window, you can just click on the tab and drag it, snap it off like that, and here you have a different window that you can move around. Okay, if you want to put it back, just drag it up until you see that blue bar. So on the left we have our toolbar, and if you just hold the cursor down, let it hover over the tool, you'll see that there are names for each thing. Okay. So if you're watching a tutorial and he or she speaks of a certain tool and you don't know what that is, here they are. Okay. Also, there's key commands. If you want to see your type tool, just hit the T on the keyboard and it'll pop up. I think P is pen tool and so forth. Usually is the first letter of the name of the tool. All right. Over on the right side, we have some palettes. Layers we're going to be talking about later. We have characters. Stroke and all that kind of good stuff. Pathfinder, transform, align, color options. Okay, similar to what we might find in Photoshop, a little different than After Effects, but pretty user-friendly. If you don't know where to find something and one of these are gone, go up to Window, and here are all of the checked palettes that are currently open. So let's say we don't want our layers open. We can close that down. There they go. They're gone. If we want to back up, go to Window, go to Layers, and there they are again. Okay, so anchor points, here we go. An anchor point is basically, well, you probably have learned from the Lynda videos that Illustrator works with mathematical kind of algorithms that give us vector lines based on paths in an instance. So what it does is it kind of drops points and it connects lines through anchor points. All right, so What did I just do? There we go, hit tab. Okay, so this is called an anchor point, and this is a path, all right? What I've just added to this is called a handle, all right? And a handle basically allows you to adjust a curve, all right? Let me start again. Whoa, hello. Okay, so pen tool, let's make a curve this time. Click an anchor point, click and hold the pen tool and drag it. Now I have a curve, and this is a handle. This handle allows us to adjust the curve essentially. Okay, we can extend the handle out, we can bring it in. If we adjust this handle, whoops, sorry, it might shrink in or change the shape of the shape that we made. Okay, I can hold down the Alt key with my pen tool and click on the anchor point and drag it, and notice what happens. Okay, this is the Alt or Option key, and it's adjusting the shape and allows you to work with one handle at a time. Okay, now notice the pen tool. Well, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, but a pen tool is a good tool to use for making anchor points and strokes. We can also use shapes. Shapes are right here, the shape tool, rectangle tool. You can hold the mouse button down over the tool and it gives you some different options, rounded, ellipse, and so forth, okay? So if we make a shape, it's gonna fill it with the color, and we'll get to that later. The color picker is over here. And you can see that there's an anchor point on each corner. The anchor point with a path in between is determining the shape of the rectangle. All right, here's the center point. Now, we could probably adjust some of these if we wanted to by using the pen tool. Notice the pen tool is going to give us a minus sign. If we can take that away. Okay, we can also add anchor points, okay, to that to rebuild it. All right. So there's a shape tool. Strokes. Stroke is going to determine the width of the line that we see. Maybe it's going to be an outline. Right now this square has a fill of black. Here's the fill color, and here is the stroke color. Right now it has no stroke with a black fill. If we swap that around, we have now a black stroke with a no fill. It's empty. You can see how that happens. Now our stroke is over here on this side. Now we have to have it highlighted, okay? You have to make sure that the paths and anchor points are blue or whatever color you apply to your anchor points and strokes. Right now it's activated. We can move it around, we can do stuff to it. If we click off, it's not activated anymore. We need the selection arrow or the selection tool to click on it to activate it so that we can use it. The stroke, over in your palette's options, we can adjust the stroke by going down and just changing that. These are called caps. You can put caps on your stroke, okay, or corners. You can also change the shape of your stroke. This is uniform, and we can make it more artsy looking, okay, more Illustrator-ish. So we can put arrows on it if we want. You can even download or enter in your own strokes. You can create your own stroke and upload it in. The pen tool and pencil tool are located over here. We have a pen tool, and basically I like this tool. You can just create your own lines, and it's really great to use with a tablet. If you want to just free draw, you can do that. And what you're going to have to do to change the stroke for that is just select them. You can hold down Shift on the keyboard. Shift is going to select multiple strokes, and then we can just change the thickness if you want, okay? And that gives it kind of more of a Illustrator look, all right? Pencil acts the same way. Okay, so we can just draw with the pencil and it'll give us a stroke. We can change the shape of the stroke by going to uniform, messing around with the different options if you like that kind of look. Okay, but there you have it, anchor points, handles, shapes, and strokes. Okay, I showed you the shape tool, the pen tool, paintbrush, pencil tool, and the selection tool. Good luck and stay tuned for the next tutorial. Thank you.